How to make Maritozzi. Maritozzi are gorgeous Italian cream buns. A soft and light brioche-style bun is filled with sweetened whipped cream for a treat that dreams are made of. If you miss traveling to Italy and Rome, or if you want to recreate a wonderful delight, this is a pushy recipe. Ingredients. For the starter, half a cup water, 1/3 cup bread flour, 43 g/1½ ounces. For the dough, 2/3 cup whole milk, lukewarm, 160 milliliters. 1/4 cup white granulated sugar, 50 g/1.8 ounces. 2½ teaspoons instant yeast or active dry yeast. 3 3/4 cups bread flour, 490 g/17.3 ounces. 1/4 cup milk powder, 25 g/1 ounce. 1/4 cup vegetable oil, 60 milliliters. 1/4 cup honey, 60 milliliters. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon orange zest. 2 large eggs. 1/2 teaspoon salt. Egg wash. 1 egg yolk mixed with 1 teaspoon of milk. Vanilla whipped cream. 1½ cups heavy whipping cream, 375 milliliters. 1 teaspoon vanilla bean paste. 2 tablespoons castor sugar, superfine sugar, 8 teaspoons, see notes 1. Topping. Icing sugar, powdered sugar, for dusting. Equipment. Heavy base saucepan. Stand mixer. Bowl scraper. Large baking sheet. Hand mixer. Instructions. 1. Make the starter. Add the water and flour to a small saucepan and whisk until smooth. Place of low-medium heat and cook, whisking constantly until you have very thick roux, thick paste. Remove from heat and set aside. 2. Bloom the yeast. Add the warm milk, yeast, and sugar to a bowl of a stand mixer and mix a little. Let it sit for 5 minutes to bloom. 3. Create the dough. Add the rest of the ingredients in the order listed. You mainly don't want the salt to touch the yeast directly. Add the tangjong to the opposite side of the bowl to the eggs in case it's still a bit hot. Make sure to use a rubber spatula so you don't leave any behind. 4. Knead. Using the dough hook, start on low speed just until the ingredients are combined. Turn it up to level 2 and knead the dough for around 8 minutes. The dough at the end will still be quite sticky and sticking to the sides of the bowl. Add a splash of oil to a large clean bowl and rub it around the sides. Rub a little of the oil over your hands and over the rounded edge of a dough scraper so the dough is easier to handle. 5. Rise. Scrape around the bowl to pull the dough into a ball, then lift it out with your hands and roughly fold it into a ball. Place into the oil bowl and flip to lightly coat. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and rest and allow to rise for 1 hour to rise until about doubled in size. 6. Portion the dough. Punch down the dough, then roll 12 even balls from it. If you weigh the dough, then divide that by 12, then weigh each portion before rolling. You'll get even-sized buns. Mine are roughly around 90 g each. 7. Shape the buns. To roll the dough into buns, place a portion in the palm of one hand and use the fingertips of the other to pinch in the sides over and over until it's round and smooth on the palm side. If you find the dough is sticking to your hands, just dip your fingertips in the oil in the bowl it was rising in and it will stop it sticking to your hands. 8. Second rise. Place them smooth side up on a large baking sheet lined with baking paper. Let them rise until puffy and almost doubled in size again. Preheat the oven to 180 C, 160 C fan, /350 F. 9. Bake. Brush the rolls all over with egg wash, making sure to get right around the sides. Bake for 18 to 20 minutes, turning the tray at the halfway point until puffed up and deep golden brown. For the vanilla whipped cream. Once the buns have cooled, beat the cream, vanilla, and sugar in a large mixing bowl with an electric mixer or the bowl of a stand mixer with whisk attachment. Start your beater on the low speed so that cream doesn't splatter everywhere. Gradually increase to medium speed, keeping an eye on the consistency. As it gets very thick, turn it down to low and check regularly until stiff peaks form. Assembling the buns. 1. Slice straight down through the center of each bun about 2/3 of the way down, leaving a thick hinge at the bottom. 2. Fill each one with cream and use a bench scraper or spatula flat to the top to scrape away the excess and any lines along the top of the bun. 3. Dust the buns with icing sugar and serve. Optionally, you can roll them in things like crushed nuts, almond or hazelnut praline, or shaved chocolate. Even freeze-dried berry powder is lovely. Notes: 1. Tablespoons. I use a standard Australian 20 milliliters tablespoon, equal to 4 teaspoons. Check yours before measuring. 2. For best results, you should always weigh ingredients like flour and sugar. Kitchen scales are relatively cheap, but if you can't weigh the ingredients, use the spoon and level method. Don't scoop. Ingredients notes. Flour. You need to use a good bread flour or high-gluten flour for these buns to get that lovely chewy texture. Milk. Use whole milk for this recipe for the best texture and flavor. Sugar. Just white granulated sugar for the dough, and then some icing sugar, powdered sugar, for dusting the tops. Yeast. This recipe is written using instant yeast or instant dry yeast, so this is your best bet. You can also use active dry yeast. Milk powder. Milk powder adds to both the flavor and texture. Oil. Use a neutral flavored vegetable oil like canola or a light flavored olive oil. Honey. Honey not only adds to the sweetness, but also to the texture and puffiness of the buns, plus helps with that golden brown color. Vanilla. Use vanilla extract or vanilla bean paste. Especially for the whipped cream filling, vanilla bean paste looks gorgeous, providing all those little black flecks of vanilla. Orange zest. Orange zest adds another little flavor profile and goes lovely with the cream filling. You can swap it for lemon filling or just leave it out if you prefer. They'll still be delicious. Eggs. A couple of eggs go into the dough to enrich it. A third one, the yolk only, is used in the egg wash for the top. Cream. With different names around the world, you're after thickened cream or heavy whipping cream. Basically, a cream of 35% milk fat or higher so that it can be whipped. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel.